What's going on, everyone? So, this was not the game that we wanted to see for the opening season, right? Lakers just looked terrible, couldn't knock down shots, were absolutely atrocious. Defensively, we looked pretty good. Warriors weren't making shots, but you have to give the Lakers some credit defensively because they were making them take some tough shots, really good in closeouts, things like that. But the fourth quarter, if we played like we did in the fourth quarter, we probably won this game. They played really good in like that closing quarter. The Warriors just got really hot at the end. Wiggins knocked down like three straight threes. Clay hit like two in that stretch, like as we were trying to climb back in it. But at that point, the game was pretty much over, right? If they could take that fourth quarter and kind of ride that momentum into future games, I think the Lakers could be pretty solid. Now, Lakers obviously can't shoot, but they're not going to be this bad. They're not going to miss 43s like they did today. I'm not saying that they're going to be lights out either, but they're not going to knock down threes. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like, see, this is why the Lakers need a trade. Buddy Hield and Miles Turner wouldn't have changed anything today. Miles Turner is a 12-7 guy for his career. Buddy Hield, yes, is a great three-point shooter, but you can't just rely on one guy. And this is what I've been saying from day one. Buddy Hield, unless he played 40 minutes or 48 minutes and shot 43s and shot like 50% from three, he was not going to help us win this game. It was more than just that. The only guys that scored today was our big three. Russell Westbrook looked fantastic. Russell Westbrook, from just every category, was the best overall player. And he had, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. He did have 4 turnovers, but LeBron led the team in turnovers. Not just that, but Russ was a -6 overall. Anthony Davis was a -21, and LeBron James was a -9. So Russell Westbrook, because that takes in defense, offense, takes in everything, Russell Westbrook was statistically the best player on the court today. Russell Westbrook was solid, played in control. He had a couple bonehead moments, right? He had where he stepped on the line, airballed that three. But outside of that, he looked good. He looked really solid. And I know people are going to still blame Russell Westbrook, and this game is Russell Westbrook's fault, and Russell Westbrook, needs to go, and we would have won this game by 40 if Russell Westbrook wasn't in the game. I understand a lot of people are going to feel that and think Russ is the scapegoat, but it's ridiculous. Russell Westbrook was great today and deserves credit for today's game. If he plays like that regularly, and guys can knock down shots, we might actually be pretty good. This is a game we should have won. We had several opportunities to go on runs and go on stretches where there was like a 4-minute stretch where the Warriors didn't score a single point outside of 2 free throws. That was a moment where we should have been up. We should have been up like 20 at halftime, and we didn't. That can't happen. We got to knock down shots. I don't expect us to be an elite three-point shooting team, but we need to at least be serviceable, right? LeBron James, I know he put up 31 points. I know he almost had a triple-double, all that stuff, but he did not play a good game. He did not. He was 12 of 25. He was 0 of 7 for 3 at one point. And then it finished like 3 of 10 or whatever, or 0 of 6 or something like that. Like, he did not play good. He was forcing shots. He was taking terrible shots at terrible moments. Like I said, he led the team in turnovers with 5. He wasn't getting to the basket the way he should have. And my issue is, and I know a lot of people are going to say, because I did my live stream like I always do, and I was criticizing LeBron, and people were like, oh, like you can't criticize LeBron. LeBron deserves criticism. If LeBron has a bad game, he deserves criticism. If Russell Westbrook has a bad game, he deserves criticism. If Anthony Davis has a bad game, deserves criticism. You can't say you can't criticize LeBron. LeBron did not have a good game. He missed as many threes as almost made shots. He was 12 of 25 and missed 7 threes. Like, that's just, he needs to be better than that. He had terrible turnovers. How many times do we see him just hold the ball, no ball movement, run down the shot clock, and chuck up a 3? He's gotten so comfortable doing that the last 2 years. And that's not how we're going to win games. Unless he's just knocking those shots down, which he is capable of. But unless he's knocking them down, he's got to stop doing that. And it's LeBron James, which is really surprising to me. Like, he's usually not a guy that continues to make low IQ plays and low IQ moves. And that's what this was. There was that stretch where we came back, took the lead, and then LeBron took 2 straight, early into the shot clock threes. And then the Warriors came down, got a couple buckets, took the lead, went back up 9. Russell Westbrook scored 6, 7 straight points, crawled us back into the game. Then LeBron jacks up another 3. It's just, he's got to be smarter than that. He's got to be better than that. The Warriors had no answer for him when he was getting to the paint. The Warriors had no answers for Anthony Davis, had no answers for Russell Westbrook. And we just stopped getting to the paint. We shot almost 40 threes. That's not going to get the job done. We're not a good three-point shooting team. I'm not saying we shouldn't shoot any threes, but if we're not knocking down shots, get to the paint, post up, run that pick and roll that was working well. We got away from that. We were trying to force the ball into Anthony Davis way too much, and it was a bad game overall. If we would have played like we did in the fourth quarter the entire game, I really think that we could have won this game. And I'm hoping that they can use that as momentum to ride into the Clippers game on Thursday. But Anthony Davis had a solid game, but he wasn't a monster. We needed him to be a monster. He had 6 rebounds? That's not going to cut it. That's not going to be good enough. I mean, he put up nice stats. He had a solid game. He had an incredible minute and a half stretch where he was everywhere. And it was okay, there's Anthony Davis. There's that, top 3 to 5 Anthony Davis. And he just didn't replicate that the entire game. He had one good stretch, and outside of that, he was I don't want to say pedestrian, but he wasn't too far off. He wasn't the dominant Anthony Davis we needed him to be. And he was a guy that I really think the Warriors don't have any answer for. Every time we play them, they don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. And it's just rough. Warriors got really hot at the end, but that didn't make a difference. No trade is going to save this right now. Buddy Hield and Miles Turner combined weren't going to play better than Russell Westbrook this game. Miles Turner is a 12-7 guy. Buddy Hield is, yes, a great three-point shooter, but one three-point shooter is not going to change the Lakers' lack of three-point shooting. Instead of us going 9 for 38, maybe we would have went 12 for 38, or 13 for 38. We still would have shot terrible. Nobody was knocking down shots. Nobody was knocking down threes. I don't think we're going to shoot this bad every game. I don't think we're going to shoot lights out or anything like that. We might have a game here or there, but for the most part, we're not going to shoot the lights out. But we need to at least be respectable. We need to at least be consistent in our three-point shooting. Patrick Beverley looked not like the same Patrick Beverley until the fourth quarter. When they were trying to make that comeback in the fourth, he was really solid. He was making some nice defensive plays, was really getting after it. But where was that the entire game? We had several chances to really not only get back in this game and at least make it interesting. I don't know if we would have won, but we may have been able to get back in the game and make it interesting. But early on, we easily could have had a solid commanding lead. As poorly as the Warriors played, the Lakers, even just playing half decent, probably would have been up double digits at least going into halftime. And instead, we were down 7. And once again, the third quarter, I even made a halftime video, and I was saying, hopefully we don't get into the same habit we did last year, because last year we were in a lot of games in the first half, and then in the third quarter, we get blown out and the game's over. That's exactly what happened today. We got to cut that out. We cannot have the Lakers getting blown out in the third quarter and the game just being too out of reach come the fourth quarter. We had some bright spots. We had some good moments, but we had a lot of bad moments. I really liked what I saw from Russell Westbrook out there. I thought Russell Westbrook had a very good game. He was very solid. He shot 33% from 3. He was 1 of 3. One of those was that just air ball. Just not a good shot. Not a good shot at all. But overall, he played solid. He was in control a lot. He played solid defense. Because again, plus minus takes into account defense and everything. He was great defensively. He was rotating. He was giving closeouts. He was fighting over screens. He was doing a little bit of everything. But we need more from the role guys. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook putting up 100 points a game is nice. But we need other guys to step up. Kendrick Nunn had 13 points, but he had 3 at halftime. And the other 10 came in a little stretch when the game was essentially over. So, we need at least one or two guys a night to step up and be really solid. We really do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What did you think? Good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. What was your thoughts on Russ today? What were your thoughts on LeBron, Anthony Davis? However you feel, I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comment section below.